Oh yeah. Full screen that shit.
We in it. Like up in it.
We up in it. The slamming salmon. The slamming salmon.
The movie really is good bad.
Yeah, like it was real.
It has that like the early 2000s like cheesy movie twitch that you don't really see nowadays. Everything tries to be a little bit more sophisticated.
That's a really good way to. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I didn't know what it was about it that's so bad, but I think you nailed it right there.
Everything nowadays has a less slapsticky feel to it.
Yeah,
and that definitely had that like straight comedy. Like we're gonna try to make you joke with all these dumb layered laughs. Yeah,
and it was still, like it was still relatable, in like a little bit. You know, like for working in the industry, it's still like a little relatable. Versus like waiting when you know that you can be any one of those people in that movie, like easily. That was just like Slam and Salmon was just a little too much.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about those about the Broken Lizard dudes is they're very much in the mindset of like character actors. They like they dive in to their characters where I feel like I feel like Waiting was more of like those are that mindset, and the mindset was the character.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, they both have the relatable vibes, but yeah, Slam and Sam is the exaggerated like slapsticky.
super slapstick.
Talk about Waiting. I got on that rack back there Andy Milonakis season 1 on DVD.
Classic.
Yep.
It's a classic.
I was about to say the late, the great. He's not dead. He's very much not dead.
We don't know. He could be dead. We don't know. That show had its place.
Yeah,
I couldn't watch it now. I don't know.
I definitely could. I'm a fan.
He's like, yeah, I definitely could.
Bird feet, bro.
I don't remember that.
Dude, his neighbor, like the middle-aged dude, he's got bird feet, bro. So when they show him walking, he's got like little chicken feet, dude. They cut the camera and it's just like fucking chicken feet, bro.
Alright, maybe I could watch it.
So that moves me to the first thing that I wanted to talk about was growing up on.
How was that a transition?
You didn't even know.
Speaking of chicken feet, things you need to know in your area. Chicken feet in your area.
You're on that site too, bro?
Yep. Of course. Where else are you gonna get them?
Farmyardladies.com. Chicken feet near you.
Alright, so what were you gonna say?
Growing up on the cusp of the internet, bro. When we were born in like the time frame that we were, the early 90s, you were in your early tweens in the early 2000s. So that's when like everything was popping off. YouTube wasn't a thing / just becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Wikipedia was a thing. People weren't referencing it.
Yep.
People said
it wasn't.
You could Google it, but Wikipedia wasn't a thing.
Do you remember
referenced?
Do you remember the? It was probably in middle school, like the tutorials on how to properly Google things in school. Do you remember that? And like how to type a web address? We had that.
Okay, so I didn't have a Google thing, but when I was
researching because we still had Yahoo, Ask Jeeves.
Okay, yes, I totally remember. Yep. So when I was in the 4th grade, and 3rd grade, we had those old Mac computers, the ones that were all the different colors.
Yeah.
My school got like I lived in a good area because my mother had moved us into this area where she bought a $250,000 house that she ended up selling for $750,000. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Right. She ended up selling it for $750,000. So because she was a baller, we just bought an amazing, huge house that was built in 1764. But you know, we bought it when I was in 2nd grade, so I was 7 years old. This was approximately 1998.
Yeah.
And it was just a really good schooling area. So, what up, Papa? Papa's in the house.
Says hi.
Is that a blunt?
Huh?
Is that a blunt?
No, it's stronger than a blunt.
It's stronger than a blunt.
This pre-roll has 433 milligrams of THC in it.
433 milligrams of THC.
Just in this one rollie right here.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. This is CBD Discovery truly infused sidetrack pina colada cross. It's got flour, it's got resin, and it's got rosin, and it's got keef inside of it. It's baller. But
damn.
So essentially, my mother moved into a really nice area because she basically just kept stepping up. Before I was born, she had fucking 20 houses. But either way, we got to a nice neighborhood with a really nice school that had fucking really nice computers. And they literally, I remember this, HTTPS //www dot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember them teaching us that shit in school.
Yep. How to search keywords, you had to put it in parentheses.
Yep.
Man.
It is a totally different time, but people didn't reference Wikipedia. People didn't reference, well, where'd you get your news? People didn't say that shit. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, where'd you get your news? What do you mean? If they asked you that, it was, did you get it in the newspaper or did you hear it on the news?
Yeah. Yeah. Or you had to actually go to the library and research things and make fact sheets and highlight. And it was so much damn work. Mm-hmm. Like, it was so much leg work.
Yeah.
But it would, now you can just fucking Google. You can just ask Google. You don't even have to open your phone.
It's just a completely different life that I feel like what I realize is so many people older than us don't even realize it. And it really came to my mind in the pandemic when there's so many people that are more than double my age who have said, I don't believe this shit. I don't believe this shit. Do you believe it? I had this woman whose daughter was my age. She went out to her car to get her ID. And they were in together, mother and daughter. The mom was approximately my mother's age. Her daughter went out to the car. She was like, oh, all this pandemic stuff. Do you even believe it? And I was like, well, there's been a lot of people that have died. She goes, yeah, but have you met anybody that has died? Like, personally, have you met anybody that has died? She said that to me. So I said, no, but I don't know a lot of people. I don't meet a lot of people, so makes sense, you know. Luckily, we're not like some states. Some states that are Republican that don't take anybody's money, who have thousands and thousands and thousands of cases and deaths just because they aren't as prepared as we are. But I don't see a lot of people, so it makes sense that, you know, I haven't seen any deaths. And she's like, somebody, you know.
That's a rough road to take with that question. Somebody I'm friends with on Facebook asked that, like, open on Facebook, and like people were just like, yep, like people that I'm related to have died from it. Like, it was just that's I maybe they needed to ask that question so they can get that response and they can realize that it actually is a thing affecting people. Just because it's not affecting you doesn't mean it's not affecting people.
Right, definitely. If I go out there and literally poll 1,000 people, I bet I'm gonna find some results. If I just ask one person at a weed dispensary, then that is probably not a good reference point. You know?
Yeah. I know someone that had it and recovered.
Boom.
So it's like, yeah, exactly. That I worked with that in the kitchen.
With how many million people are in America, it's not. Do you single-handedly know one person that has died from it? It's a Kevin Bacon situation.
What do you mean?
It may not be.
I've never heard of it. I was like, tell me about the bacon.
Ooh. Okay, so this is aging myself now because I'm 29 now, and there's an old thing where it's I think it's the 7 layers to Kevin Bacon, where essentially it's like you know Kevin Bacon through 7 steps. Like, oh, well, I know this person. This person lived in this town. This town, they filmed this movie. In this movie, there was this actor, and this actor also filmed with this Kevin Bacon in this film.
Yeah.
But in reality, like, there's so many goddamn people in America. It's not just, well, do you personally know one person that has died from it? It's, well, do you know anybody who knows anybody? Because, goddamn it, with pandemic, how many people have I actually talked to out in the public? Well, only the people that I've worked with and only the people that I've dealt with at work. And guess what? I don't ask any of them that information. Every single fucking customer that comes through the door, I don't go, hey, do you know anybody that has died from COVID? Hey, do you know anybody that has died from COVID? Hey, do you know anybody that has died from COVID?
Fuck, it's rude. That's so rude.
So realistically, she just never thought about it. And that triggered in my brain that so many people older than me just don't think about what they're saying. And I think that's a consequence of not growing up with the internet, where when I say something, I really try to go, well, have I looked that up? Where do I know that from? Where is that information getting pulled from? Is this train of thought a productive train of thought? Like, is this a good way to get to truth? that lady did not ask any of those to herself.
She's probably never thought of any of those questions before.
No. I bet you've met tons of people the same way, where even people our age, sadly, that haven't lived the lives that we have with being able to have access to the internet, you know?
Yeah.
It's, man. It's really crazy.
On that note, I got like a stack of old computers upstairs. So I was doing some cleaning, and it's like the timeline is so, like, just looking at them, like, you could see the periods in time. It's cool. I'm gonna take a picture and I'll upload it at some point. But yeah, it's really neat. But the first thing that we had, I don't know if you remember this. I don't know if you've had it. It's called Web TV.
I never had Web TV. I remember you talking about it. You and Mikey.
So weird. I don't really remember it like that much, other than there were like soundboards on it and shit. But yeah, and then we had our first PC, which was like DSL, dial up with the phone. You can't be on the phone.
Yeah.
At the same time.
What exactly was Web TV? Because I have an understanding, but I don't exactly. I want you to theorize it, and then I'm going to theorize it. Wait a sec.
Let me see what the Google's got.
If you're going to Google it, then I'm going to theorize it then, because essentially it was a keyboard that had a built-in microcomputer, like a very, very slow, probably 100 megahertz processor, maybe 200-300 megahertz processor, and then it would do all of that, and you'd plug it directly into your TV as the interface.
Honestly, that's what I think it was.
And it was essentially like you'd plug in your Nintendo 64, or as a better example, you'd plug in your Dreamcast. In your Dreamcast, you could plug in the internet cable at the 56K, and then you could actually like play certain games like Quake 3 online. You could play Phantasy Star online. So I'm assuming it was basically just the stripped down version of that with no GPU, just web browser.
Yeah. 1995. 1995. Wow. This is yeah, I mean, I'm actually on Wikipedia right now. Web television is an original episodic online video content produced for broadcast on the internet via the World Wide Web. Also sometimes referred to internet television. I mean,
okay,
I
so
pretty
it
much, like,
wasn't really that.
solely
It was
used it
it
for
was more
links.
like Netflix, or was it on the computer?
I don't know.
I feel like what it's
I was
sounding
4.
like.
I was 4. I vaguely remember using it.
Okay, when I was 4, see, my early computer usage is kind of more detailed because I really remember using a computer when I was young.
Yeah.
My very
Yeah.
first computer was it was an IBM. I don't remember the model, but it came with Windows 3.1 operating system. It was DOS based.
Yeah.
It was before they had the Windows bar at the bottom and everything.
Yep.
I used to play this game. I think it was called Super Math Adventure.
That sounds like a lot of fun, dude.
This is a side scroller game.
Yeah.
And you would walk up to enemies, and when you got an enemy, a word would like come up, or like a math equation would come up, and you would it was either like a picture of like a tree, and you'd have to type in like tree. It'd be like a picture of an apple. You have to type in apple, or it'd be like
it was like recaptcha.
Yeah, it'd be like 3.
Early stages of captcha.
It totally was. Or it'd have like 3 + 2, and you'd have to type in the fucking answer. And then when you answered it right, this bucket of slime would show up over the enemy. It'd dunk a bucket of slime on top of them, and they'd disappear. And then I played this other one that was, I think, called Dino Crisis, or no. It was called Dino Safari. And Dino Safari, you worked at this institute of education with this alien, and he would send you back in time through a time portal with the camera to take pictures of dinosaurs and to collect crystals from them. So this was back forever. I was in kindergarten and first grade, because it was before I moved to that house I was telling you about. And
you have a way better memory than I do.
I remember a lot of things because I was really fucking doing it. I have a lot of memories of that I think are questionable memories, the like planted memories from family. Yeah. Because I have even earlier. I have way early ass memories, but I feel like
stories you've been told so many times that you actually created the visual memory in your head.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like those are planted memories, but I have a lot of non-planted memories where it was just me straight up. But yeah, I loved gaming on that computer, man. I loved just going on Paint, and then later on we got we got so many different fucking computers. I was thankful for my parents, who were married for 10 years before they had me, and they like had 20. My mom said she had 20 different houses before I was born.
That's crazy.
20 different houses.
Did she flip them? Or like, what was she doing? Yeah,
that was before they had so many different flipping rules and laws.
Yeah.
So they autofocus your camera real quick. That were so many.
That was way worse.
Yeah, put your hand like this and then slowly move it back. You know, like try to keep. Oh, maybe you turned autofocus off?
No.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But
let me check it out.
Yeah, while you're doing that, that was before they had a bunch of flipper rules.
Yep.
So essentially, you were able to buy. There you go. You were able to buy places and fix them up and flip them in short periods of time. Now, a lot of places they have like 1 year to like 3 year rules even.
Yeah, you got to be in the house. You got to stay in the. You got to live in the house for I think 6 months or a year, depending on where you are. But, and because if you own a house, you can do all your like electrical. You don't need a license.
Well, you still need to get stuff like approved and
right.
At least in many situations you have to get approval. I guess that's all I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a computer and shit when I was young, and I was very thankful for that because they had a little extra cash to throw around.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, it stops becoming that.
Yeah.
Things got really tight. Like, the old parents splitting up and the old this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah. Damn. Flipping houses,
bro. Different times, bro.
No rules, like the wild, wild west.
Yeah, so many people didn't even know about flipping houses. They were just like, it's like, oh yeah, look at this. This house became really nice.
Of course, I'll pay twice the price, or more.
Yeah.
What was that? Wait, was that $750,000 house? Was that the haunted one?
That was the quote unquote haunted one. Yes.
Yeah.
Now that wasn't
creepy,
even that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Creepy.
So I personally, you know how I feel. That I've evolved on my thought about ghosts. I personally have had unexplained situations, and usually I when people say that to me in real life, they go, "Oh yeah, I've seen a ghost. I've seen an alien. I've seen anything." I go, "Cool, bro." And then I usually don't ask anybody to explain it ever. And usually if they're like, "Hey, you want to hear?" I'm like, "If you want, man. That's up to you."
I'd love a story.
Yeah.
No.
I'm usually never digging for it because I've evolved to the mindset where as much as I, even in my one situation that I can clearly, in my memory, I have faith that I saw what I saw. I can't explain it. So if I can't explain something, an unexplained thing can simply only be an unexplained thing. If I don't have an explanation for it, then I can't say that it was one thing or another, even though it did things that I can't explain.
Right. How are you supposed to know?
Yep. But some people like I love my mother, but even my mother, you know, she saw a ghost, man.
Yes.
Saw a ghost, dude.
Order a cup of coffee.
Yep.
Coffee just fell on the floor.
The coffee came out of the mug.
And straight onto the floor.
You can't tell people they didn't see a ghost. You have to convince them the mindset of what I explained of not wanting to create a what's it called? Have a reason for something that you don't exactly have a perfect excuse to, you know, say it is.
It's like it's just an outlet for the event.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, it's traumatic. In most situations, when people take like alien abduction situations, they can pass lie detector tests because guess what? Yeah. If you believe it, that's it. If you're having an anxiety or a panic attack, you're experiencing your own personal hell at that moment. So why wouldn't you believe anything else that you have perceived? You know, it may not be what you thought it was, but it definitely it existed in your brain, whatever that means.
Right, exactly. Which it pretty much is your reality.
Exactly. Because even if what you saw isn't what you thought it saw, you still reacted in that way, and you still have believed it to be true ever since. So that means something in the brain, because even if things aren't real, you're going to react like they're real. Yeah,
exactly.
Your emotions are still real.
Right,
that's why you don't rule off of them.
Right.
Your emotions are always going to be real. I was sad. True.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Nice little lighter you got there. What is that?
Yeah, boy.
That short barrel? That's sweet.
Yeah, I like it. Making me feel ghetto. But but
No, I think
professional.
Why you
yeah,
use your torch?
in that house,
Oh, right.
my mother, my mother is a sweet woman. Don't ever speak bad about my mother.
Of course.
My mother. But one of the stories that two stories. I think I told you about the one story, the head story.
That sounds familiar. It's been a while though.
What that she told me many times whenever I was like, you didn't see a ghost, man. Mom, you didn't see a ghost.
And at that point, she's gonna be like, I'm gonna say anything to make this little shit wrong.
It's so funny that you're talking about the coffee because she'd be like, you don't even know. You don't even know. So many times I'm up late at night at the computer and I'm just staring there at the screen, and right next to me starts floating by a little puff of smoke, and it'll just sit there and it'll just float right next to me, and I know it's there, and I don't look at it, but I acknowledge it, and I know it's there, and then it just floats by, and it's a good spirit, and I can feel that there's nothing bad about the spirit, but it's a good spirit, and it just floats by, and I'm happy, and it's happy, and we're good.
I'm glad that she can contain herself like that. I would have been like on the ceiling if I physically saw that. Whew.
Yeah, I would have been trying to suck in that ball. Oh, do the smoke ball.
Oh man.
Have you ever had somebody tell you a story like that?
Yeah, I don't remember any of them though. Yeah, actually recently. I can't remember the details on it though. It was.
That was my mother.
It was
So
so.
I got the details.
Yeah, you got. I'd have to. I mean, have to come back to it.
That was me looking at my mother.
How is it supposed to help me sleep? How old were you for that?
I mean, when she told me that stuff, I wasn't scared. Probably 10 or 11, maybe even younger. But the head story was a legitimate. It was a spooker because of the context. Because I love my mom so much.
Mm-hmm.
But in this situation, it was late at night, and she was mad at me for one reason. I wouldn't go to sleep. I was in my bedroom. And I remember she kept coming in, yelling at me to go to sleep. I don't remember what was going on. I was young.
Yeah.
And the last time she came in, she goes, well, if you're not going to go to sleep, this is something that I'm gonna rough approximate what she said. This is something that's not going to help you sleep. One night, right there in the corner, I saw a ghost of a head. I walked in to check up on you and make sure you're all right, and I just saw a head floating in the corner, and I just shut the door and walked away. And I was just like, and she walked away, and I just was like crying and freaking out, like had the blanket over my head, like just
staring at the corner.
Exactly, dude. This house was built in 1764. Everything was fucking creaky and wonky, thin ass windows. So like, I'm just like freaking the fuck out thinking about all this shit. So,
Right.
That's something that I would never do to my kids.
That's terrifying.
You just gotta
terrifying.
if they're too crazy, fucking have them run around the house a couple times, dude. I'll tire your bitch ass out.
Some Benadryl.
Yeah.
Let's do some night water. Just a little bit.
But yeah, I love
talking slow.
it. Yeah. Oh, mom. Start talking like Breaking Bad. Mom wants to partay. Uncle Hank.
I like that mug.
Yep.
It's badass. It's badass.
But what was the ghost story? Come on. Let me milk it out.
It was just about people seeing orbs, and I don't really remember all the details.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen anything like that. For me, it's like what people talk about, like feeling a presence. That's about as far as it goes.
Yeah.
You go. Yeah.
I've had 100 times where I feel like there's something wonky going on. You know, I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean,
no, this lady was like, she was like legit, like saw like a ball of light, which is like whatever. I don't really know how to interpret that, because it's a lot of things in the world that are unexplained.
A lot of smells,
including the ocean. So it's like
and the
ocean,
the thing about lights, there's so many aerial phenomenons and literal things that cause lights, just literally including your own eyeballs. Like there's things that happen in reality that multiple people could see, but there's so many goddamn things that can happen in your own head.
Yeah, exactly. Man.
But nonetheless,
they're living in it was an old house that they were living in, like currently when I went there. And it was like previously owned, or at some point in history was owned by some, I can't remember the name of the person. There's some famous like colonial person in New Hampshire, and it looked like a house in a horror movie, you know.
Right.
It looked every aspect about it. I didn't go in, we were just having a bonfire, but yeah, she told me like people like walking around in the house, like, yeah. I was like, I'm not going. I don't know what that is, but I'm not going to that fucking house. Already dark outside, and I don't need to find out anything that I don't need to know. I don't need to know everything.
I have a variable scale of fear. If I'm by myself, my scale is really high, and I'm able to freak myself out. If I'm with other people, I'm able to make a joke out of things so easily and to laugh at other people's fear.
Yeah.
And to get fueled in the situation.
That's real. Yeah. I would say that's like universal.
Yeah. When I see situations like that, I automatically, if I'm by myself, I'm like, okay, I don't want to go in there. But I'm with somebody else.
Because you're left in your own head. That's why. There's nobody to like.
Yes. In my head is a goddamn maze.
Just like blender
maze
on high. Yeah.
It's that old video of the cement block in the wash machine, the dryer.
Popping.
Popping, and that's just my fucking.
That's really what it's like. Yeah.
It's my brain throwing itself around in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but, it can be tough.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen anything about the PS3 or any of the Xbox. Did you check out any of that shit yet?
I've been seeing like bullshit hype posts about the PS5 and how they're saying that so
lay it on me.
Like a month ago or maybe 2 months ago, they were saying that the PS5 would blow away like the next release of NVIDIA's like 3000 series. So the Ampere 3060, 3070, and 3080. And I was like, okay, so like that was like article after article after article. Now they're saying exactly. It's not even released yet. How are they? So now that they're saying that the PS5 won't compete with a mid-range PC, I don't really know where the jump went. Like, I don't know what happened. I just thought that was really funny. I was like, ooh. Again, still nothing's released, so I don't really know how to.
That's some fluctuating speculations.
Huge. Huge. From a unreleased high-end, like the unreleased high-end graphics card to maybe a laptop. I don't know.
So,
like a high-end laptop.
How would they go about beating them? Who would be the people doing it? Is it just going to be, is it AMD making a new specific GPU just for them?
I don't know. AMD did take over the graphics for him, right?
I have no idea. Well, if they're using, if that was the benchmark, then I would assume that's what you're comparing it against. You know what I mean?
Awesome, thank you. Yeah. Oh, I got some official ass looking mail. Huh.
You've been depeened.
From Glendale, California.
Uh-oh. From my neck of the woods.
See you later.
Next.
But yeah, no, it's we were talking about that. So I went out. I had dinner last night. Out at where I work.
Right.
And it was sweet. And so I went with people that I work with at my other job. And thank you. And yeah, it was sweet. So we were talking about PC versus console with my friend James that just built his PC.
Yeah.
And my other friend Tom was talking about getting a console, and they were kind of like going back and forth. And it's for me, like it's like to me, it's like Android versus Apple. It's like, you know, do you want something that you can customize like a project, or you just want something to turn on? You don't have to think about. You don't have options, which is relieving for a lot of people. And that's just. And so I wouldn't say, for me, it's like people always fight about which one's better. And then,
like, to be honest, even between the PS3, I mean the Xbox versus the PlayStation, that is even it's kind of like an iPhone versus Android thing, because you don't even need to use an Android like a dig it apart phone.
Right.
A lot of people, they just buy a phone for the apps. That's it. What apps does it got? Like, does it got an Android app? Yes. Does it got an Apple app? Yes. You know, whatever they have, whatever is best for them. So most people, it's not even like a dig apart versus a deep dive.
Yeah.
I mean, those would literally be the same thing. There's a good blunder. But
I don't know how people choose.
Yeah.
I just like PCs.
Games, man. It's a controller, to be honest.
I have consoles. It's play what you want. I feel like it's a huge, like, people trying to justify what they want when you don't need justification other than you want it. That's like, especially when it comes to that. That's just such a simple thing. It's like,
I think it's the mindset of when you're a kid, you're a fanboy of one thing or another, and you might not even realize it.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, especially like when it was like Nintendo versus PlayStation.
Yeah, hardcore.
And it's not like I even chose what we had.
But that was when the term fanboy like really was ramping up, you know?
Yeah.
Because there was magazines, the internet started, people were able to like use it and throw it at each other and hear it and have like, wait a second, what do I call this guy? Oh, fucking fanboy.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even care about the shit. You're just a fanboy. You just like the name.
And so what?
Exactly.
It was made that way. It's all selling product. That's just selling product. That's what it is. They have a company. They want to make money.
Hey. Say, why do you make a company?
To give people free things.
And if you have a company, what's the best way to move that name around?
Right.
Fucking marketing.
You gotta make it appealing.
Yeah.
People want it. It doesn't even matter why they want it. They just want it.
They just want it, dude. Supreme, bro.
Yeah. I'm not buying a PS5 though.
You know how many times I've had people ask me, "What is Supreme?" It's like it's a clothing brand. They make shit.
Yeah.
They put their name on stuff.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like the Nintendo brand, so
Yeah, there you
like
go.
it has like that.
It's the
kinda
format.
does.
They just
Yeah.
they took the color wheel and they moved it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Man.
how else was going out and eating at the restaurant though? I'm
It
sorry,
was,
I stole that conversation there.
That wasn't we weren't there yet. That's fine.
Yeah,
It was good. I mean, I helped him set up. He's driving me insane. Can you like take that somewhere else?
Somewhere else, I take it right
Thank you. So
You can take it right in the ass. See, I'm just gonna rip this shit even more for you little son of a bitches to hear. Oh yeah, before I even put it in, a couple more rips. Oh, this newspaper don't even need it. Fucking rip. Who would rip a newspaper? He's just doing it.
doesn't even say anything on it. I'm reading it. But
I read it better when it's ripped.
That's why we have a shredder.
It's Master Shredder right there. It's
run
a
it
human
through.
shredder. This is how I get a workout.
Don't even have to plug it in. I think I'm losing my focus again. There it is. Why is it so iffy today? Am I moving around weird?
I don't know. Maybe you touch the lens. Maybe it's got a little bit of dust on it.
Maybe. Yeah. But yeah, no, I helped him set up the other day, so everything's spaced out. It's super busy though, obviously, because people are like itching to get out, do something, be social with at least the people that they're already in close contact with. So, everybody is wearing masks, like the staff, and gloves, and it's like they have to use trays to bring out food. Obviously, it's all outside. Everything's covered. Yeah, it's a really intense process because when a group leaves, everything has to be sanitized, like the seats, under the tables, literally everything. Like if you want more water, you have to bring you a new glass. There's no like refilling shit at the table. It's intense for them. Right. For me working, like when I cook, I'm inside, so I don't see and literally a guest, which is fine by me.
For the lobby though, man, that's double time.
Yeah.
That floor staff is running.
Yeah. People like you're gonna wait, and people are fine with it though, because
and I bet
there's
they're
no
tipping
alternative. What's that?
I bet they're tipping though.
Yeah.
So the beaters are going to be on set.
Hell yeah. She's making some of these like blueberry like cheesecake little muffins.
Nice.
I hope she brings them over. Like when they're done, they're so fucking good. But yeah, it's so. I was gonna meet my friend Tom there and my friend James, and they weren't picking up the phone. Like, so we don't do reservations; we do call ahead seating, and they weren't picking up the phone when I called. And Tom's driving an hour, and I tell him, and we're like, kind of like, what the fuck? And he was a little mad. He's like, I'm gonna drive an hour, and then we can't even possibly sit down. So I was like, yeah, that sucks, but like the dynamic of what's going on, our expectations have to be changed.
100%.
You can't expect the same thing. It's just not. It's not the same situation. There's nothing we can do about it. You just gotta,
And
it's just nothing to do about it.
Well, a lot of people live in less populated areas, but then maybe work in more populated areas, and don't really understand that. I mean, that's what you're in that situation, but
yeah,
I mean, you understand the context of it because you understand that, on the large scale, you have a relatively high population density, especially compared to the average in America.
Yeah.
You have above average, and it's definitely on the high end.
Yeah.
So we over here in this area do, but everybody outside of us is like the opposite. It drops off really hard. Where over there it doesn't drop off as hard, but it's easy to not think that because in New England you have so many damn trees, you have so much elevation. Things seem tucked away and cozy, even though they can be in a high population area.
Yeah, like this neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's dense. It's super dense. But when you come here, like my friend that lives in Methuen came here, and he was like, "Did you live in the witness protection program?" And you're like, "No, this is dense, man."
Yeah, exactly. It's sneak, dude. You don't realize it.
Yeah.
It's like that in the South even more because it's flat and it's even weirder and it's higher population density in some areas. I was in some areas and I didn't see anybody, but I knew there was tons of people. I was like, this is creepy. Dude, the first exactly, dude. The first year I was down there, I was so like skeeved out because I kept looking at the population densities of everywhere I'd go, and I'd look at the people in the town, and I'd be like, "How is there so many people here and I don't see anybody? What's going on? What's going on?"
That's creepy. That's creepy.
I'd freak myself out.
That's creepy. They're hiding in the bushes, dude.
All right, but it's a bigger like area, you know.
Yeah.
And with things being flat, they can map things out really differently, you know.
Right.
But,
right.
So did you guys did he end up making it?
Yeah, and then they sat us right away, which was awesome. Yeah, I kind of felt bad. There was like I was not aware of this at first, but we were like completely we don't fill the floor or like not the patio.
Yeah.
Just for like distancing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the tables are spaced out, we won't load the restaurant because of everything. But we were full, and they had like a table out back. He gave it to me. I was pumped.
Heck yeah, man.
But we're doing like 500 people, like a night.
There's no table spacing, right? Like at individual tables, like when you're at the table, everybody just kind of sits. It's like, hey, if you're coming together, we're trusting that you're good.
Yeah. Tables are like back a chair. The tables are 6 feet apart. But if you're at a table with a party, you're
right. It is what
like
it is.
Choosing to go with. It's
exactly.
Like you should wear a mask to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if you're gonna go to the bathroom, you have to. But you're eating with us.
I like that. That's a good policy.
Yeah.
Where you have to use it in transit, but while you're sitting down, you're good. Trust the people you're with.
Right.
And I don't even know if you guys are doing this, but if you had like a little speech, that'd be cool. Like before you sit down, just. Oh wait, I think last time we mentioned that they were gonna do a little speech, like
wait, what do you mean?
with the customers, like saying, hey, if you have any signs of fever, if you have any signs of the flu, stay at home, blah blah blah, don't come in.
I think that I don't know.
It might just be posted. You know what I mean?
It probably is, and
I know that here it's posted like by law, so I'm assuming it's by law posted there as well.
It probably is.
Right.
And I would also hope that people, like, I know people don't, but this is a new this didn't happen yesterday. If you those like apply, that applies all the time. Right now,
and I feel like where that's located, maybe information moves a little bit faster than where I'm located. A lot of people that drive to where I'm located to like come to my weed shop. They'll drive like an hour outside of town, where in the middle of nowhere, where they have 100 people in the town. So yeah, I feel like that's a little less common in that target market. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So hopefully it doesn't blow back up.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we're
At
seeing
least
cases spike, so in the areas that are opening back up, it's like popping off.
The government makes so much money federally to continue giving people individual paychecks, so hopefully they'll just continuously keep pushing that out, and even if it does happen when businesses close, they'll understand that, hey, first off, we went through it first. We got paychecks for our people now, which last time we were unsure about. So we're going to be able to keep this afloat. There'll be a higher morale amongst businesses, hopefully.
Yeah.
It'll be tough, but they're pushing,
Yeah. But
Bernie's pushing. I signed. Oh God, your dad's calling the cops on me. He sees me smoking weed.
He's like, I see this. I don't know where he's located, but you can track him down.
He's on the internet with the webcam. Heard you guys do the triangulation.
Wait. So I saw.
Triangulation.
I was just surfing Facebook like before we started doing this, and I saw the most disgusting shit. So this person with the dunks, and in their hash browns, they got an entire acrylic nail, and it was like, oh, it was so gross. It was so gross, like a dirty, if we were clean, it wouldn't have been any better. But it was like a dirty ass fucking fingernail, like whole acrylic nail in their hash browns.
Dude, they have rules against that. That's against like policy of company.
A, gloves. B, what?
Yeah. Dude, what is happening?
Before this shit, gloves are used for like ready to eat food. You're not. That's a rule. You shouldn't be touching food with your bare hands that people are going to put into their mouth.
No, you should not. Dude, I saw.
Gross.
People don't think. I went into a dispensary looking for a particular product, and I saw a bud tender with gloves on.
Yeah,
that's good, right?
Yeah.
Showing customers some flour that was in a dram. That's good.
Okay.
And he poured it on his hand. Those were gloves that he didn't just put on. Those were gloves that he was wearing when he helped the previous customer. He had given the previous customer money, taken their money, got change, gave them their money. Didn't change their hands and didn't do what I do, which is put hand sanitizer on my glove. But he then did do something I would never, ever, ever, ever do because it's against the fucking rules. Pour the weed on your dirty fucking glove, dude, to show the customer. Yeah. And the customer didn't think twice of it. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, that looks good.
Right.
I was like,
full process. Just gotta, just rip them off. Get some new ones.
Dude, and I was listening to Jim and Sam on Sirius XM fucking talk radio, and Jim said, nobody touches their face with gloved hands. Nobody does that.
I've seen people do it.
I've seen so many fucking people do it, dude. I've seen so many people do it. He's like, I don't do it. That's gross. Why would you do that? Dude, of course, there's a difference between thinking it's gross and then saying that nobody does it. Because if you're out there, you'll fucking see that people do it. They're not thinking. I saw somebody touch their lip. With gloves on. Dirty gloves. They touched they were like, they did this. They went, They fucking did that. They're a middle-aged woman. I saw them do that.
Who actually does that? Who actually does that? And regardless of the situation, who goes, I wonder.
They were being cutesy. Luckily, my wife was there to witness it as well. We both instantly, we were wearing masks and we both went like this. And we looked at each other instantly when we stepped outside. We were like, she touched her fucking mouth. She touched her fucking lips. Yeah, we were freaking out. But people are gross. People are fucking gross. They do that shit. But you would think that it's common sense. But then again, in the South, and I guess even in the North, I saw many a times in restaurants people touch shit without gloves. Like, I wash my hands, and then I'll wash my hands afterwards. I don't need to wear gloves in between because I wash my hands. I'm not touching, like, a plate and then touching the food. I'm just touching my food. Like, they're prepping in the back, so they're like, well, I don't need to wear gloves because I wash my hands, and then I'm not going to touch any food that I'm making because I'm just prepping. So that's how it works, dude. Yeah. So what about everything there? What's going on? You know what I mean?
Right. Did you scrub under the nail?
Did you recently get a fucking a manicure and get all your cuticles cleaned off so all the dead skin doesn't fall in? You know what I mean? Have you recently used like Gojo sanded, salt fucking soap to make sure your hands are nice and exfoliated? No.
Yeah. No. Nope.
No, you didn't do that? Okay, so then I don't think you're ready to handle that, I don't think if you have maybe a bunch of dead skin from your not completely calloused hands, but definitely not taking care of hands, and your chunky cuticles that are hanging off, your little bit of dirt underneath your nails. Dude, it's gonna get cooked anyways. Yeah, but we're just trying to cut down
on gross shit.
Yeah. Trying to pull it back a little.
Yeah. Fuck. So yeah.
Savages.
I don't even remember what we're talking about. Oh, the dunks thing.
The dunks, man. The dunks, the fucking nail, dude. I can't believe that shit. That's wild. People, man. Yeah. What you gonna do?
She's like, where'd that go?
Yeah. It's like, I must have lost it last night.
Fuck. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I gotta take a leak.
Yep.
I'll be right back, right? Secret pie time? You got any secret pie?
I wish. I ain't got no secret pie this time.
Jameson special. Alright, I'll be back.
Slacking on the pie. Gosh. Yeah, it is rough. It is rough. Man. In my head, thinking about in the kitchen, setting up plastic everywhere, making all the different prep stations individual. That would not work. People wearing bodysuits. It's like you're going into surgery, prepping food. I don't think that would work. Where's the pie at? It's making me sad. Ain't no pie. Ain't no pie, pie, pie. Ain't no pie, pie, pie. Ain't no pie, 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 pie. Ain't no pie, 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 pie.
What up? Can you see me?
Kinda.
I'm just gonna turn autofocus off.
Did you guys do anything after after going out to eat?
We just walked around.
True.
It was really nice. I was like 80.
Yeah.
I was like walked around, checked out the market, and
what have they put around there recently? Like store wise. I haven't been over that area in like fucking 3 years, man.
The only thing that's really been added is the massive development that we're doing. So the dog track.
Oh, yes, I'm very familiar with the dog track.
Bought that land.
No way.
And all of that land. So yeah, it's a lot. What? So right now, there's dealerships there already.
What do you mean dealerships?
Like truck dealerships.
Oh, okay. So they bought it and leasing it out.
Yeah. There's a huge market basket. There's a movie theater. There's condos, houses, apartments. There's gonna be salons. Like, it's huge.
There's a market basket right across the street, dude.
I know. There's like 3 now.
There's 2 right across the street. Did they close one of those?
No.
There's 2 right there, dude.
I know. But it is dense. It's dense as shit.
It's dense
because you got
tax free, right there. Tax free New Hampshire, baby. They people love driving across the border to get them groceries.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like they're not doing well either,
Right, because there's certain things in Massachusetts, certain things aren't taxed, and then certain things are taxed.
Yeah.
So people can drive up to New Hampshire and buy those other groceries that aren't taxed. The groceries aren't taxed in New Hampshire, are they?
Honestly, I never look at the slip.
Yeah, I don't think they are. They might. I don't know. I don't know how groceries work. I know in Massachusetts they have a tax on items that you don't need, and there isn't a tax on items that like raw items and certain things of that nature, like all produce and stuff, raw meat. Like they don't tax it in a way. Meat might be taxed. No, I don't think that is. But
Meat tax.
Yeah, they have a, let's say, more of a contextual tax. You know, they don't tax things that people need the most, which is good when it comes to food.
Yeah.
Damn, 3 market baskets. That's wild.
Yeah.
That good for Tuscan though.
Yeah. It's huge. The obviously the land that they bought. Yeah.
Yeah, because they had that. So I'm assuming they demolished the building.
Yeah.
And then they demolished the track, and then they just fucking redid the whole thing. Yeah,
it's still in construction.
So did they add a new entrance? I'm assuming that ghetto first entrance, like you're going to the mall, there's one there, but did they? It's completely new.
They changed that actually. So that back road, is that what you're talking about?
No, like if you're going there off of the.
I know what you're talking about. They changed.
I forget what even the road's called.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. I know what you're talking about. Like right across the street from the mall. Yeah, you can. Yeah. There's entrances. So there's one there. Then there's obviously entrances along 28.
Right. 28. That's what it is. Right.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a. Oh yeah, because the dog track had the other entrance all the way up. Yeah, on the north 28, over by like the mobile home dealership.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that. They had that giant gate that they never used. Oh wow, that whole area is the dog track. Holy shit, they got that whole corner.
So it's not like shitty, like unkept grassland anymore. It's like
right. Oh wow,
it's really nice.
I'm gonna have to take a drive around there on the Google Maps.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm gonna get that street view up and just take a virtual drive. That's crazy.
It's turned into something.
They've been doing a bunch around here, but this area is way less populated. That area is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people there and a lot of people passing through.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Then they're gonna move the location of the kitchen to there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what they're gonna do with the building.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Sal's right there. That was the very first Sal's that they ever opened. That's the original one there in Salem.
Really?
Is that one still kicking?
Yeah. Well, I think they're doing renovations right now. Actually.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I think that's what they're doing.
I would, as much as it might be like close to their heart, I can see them moving their home base. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they just wait it out, and eventually we'll just not be literally right behind them.
Yep. Yeah, maybe they can strike a deal and buy you guys.
Yeah, buy that building.
Yep. Make that their home base, because they're a solid ass company, and I don't think they don't do any kind of like frozen stuff in the stores, do they?
I don't think so. Not that I know of. No.
Yep. Imagine if they did this. Sal's frozen slices.
I would. Oh wait, they do. They're not frozen, but they do pre-mades. Yeah, and they sell them in Market Basket.
Oh no way! It's a Sal slice, dude.
It's a square. They do square, and it's not like the massive
bummer.
Crusted.
Dude,
like the behemoth slice.
Yeah, that's what they should have done. It should have been Sal's slice, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. Who in the market pit? Who in the fucking their marketing slacked on that one, dude? Sal's slice, dude. Because that's like what they're known for.
Right. Come on. This looks like an Elio's XL, just a square. Which I bet
it's delicious.
It's good.
But come on, man. That slice. That's what they're known for. Imagine if they would. Imagine if they had the slices and they just put them in a box and froze it, and you could buy it in the store.
That'd be
Slice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like instead of having to buy like a shitty frozen pie, you have this big ass quarter of a pizza slice.
Right. In like a wedge shaped box.
Yeah, and it's like
a cardboard box fitted to it.
right. They'd have to obviously make it differently, but because you'd have to bake it in your oven. But still, like they could probably make it pretty damn good.
I think people would buy it if you didn't make it differently.
Right.
Get some cheese runoff, whatever.
I did see one thing that was kind of similar to that, but it was really fucking dumb. It was you know, you can buy those pre-made pizza dough crusts, the shitty ones.
Yeah.
And
And then you put your toppings on it.
Right. Lacey actually likes that because she likes the thin crust.
Oh yeah.
You know, but even though I did make her a thin crust where you just take a little bit of the dough and make it out of that instead. But it was one that was shaped like a giant slice of pizza. The box was like
How big's giant?
Dude, the box. It was big. It was
How do you
a
keep
big
the sauce on the sides?
I don't know. It was really dumb. It was really dumb. It reminded me of like a big ass Lunchables pizza. It was really fucking stupid.
Honestly, where we got the idea from.
Exactly. Like, let's make this big.
Right.
It's like a nacho pizza.
We need big ideas. I got the idea for you.
The biggest idea. I've been told I got the biggest ideas. Jesus.
Probably the best.
Probably the best. Yeah, that's crazy, man. A giant fucking shitty slice of pizza. It's like, why make one nice pizza when you can have one giant slice of shitty pizza?
Sounds like it's more difficult.
How do you cut it?
It's already done. That's the beauty of it.
Just eating this massive wedge.
Hey, can I get a piece of that? Sorry, it's only one slice.
I imagine you over sauce it, over cheese it, under bake it, and you're going to take that first bite, and it just all slides into your face.
That's
just the cheese and the fucking sauce slapping on your face like a wet mop. like a woman just blasted her afterbirth in your face. Oh, boosh. Placenta face mask.
Never undercooked. It's gotta be crispy.
Yeah, no, I always cook everything in the oven, and then you turn that shit off, you set that shit to broil, turn the light on.
Yeah, and watch it.
Yeah, I fucking just popped all down.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm out of stuff.
Yeah, how was that CBD? That was one thing I wanted to ask you about.
That
CBD oil.
Actually, A, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. B, there was a study done. I don't know if you heard about it in Alberta, Canada.
Let's hear it.
With CBD and COVID-19. Yeah.
I heard, but I did not look.
So they're essentially what they're saying is, well, more testing has to be done, but there are reasons to believe that CBD can block the receptors of COVID-19.
That is crazy.
Yeah, they're saying that it's not THC. It's like specifically CBD.
Right.
So just smoke weed, not necessarily, and it's the tincture. They tested the tincture, so
that's what's up.
They're saying it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Which would be sick.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Hell yeah, man.
It's exciting.
Have you taken too much of it yet?
No.
Yeah, when you take too much, you're like, I get like this.
Maybe so that That night you wanted the game.
Yeah. That's how I get when I take too much.
Messaging you on Discord and like, man, my fingers don't even want to type anymore.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like you're using an old school keyboard, like a fucking typewriter. You got the easiest keyboard to push.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, nope.
Yeah,
I went watch Parks and Rec instead. I couldn't.
Right. Yeah, I tell people like a lot of people say, "Oh, CBD doesn't do anything for me. I've taken CBD. I've taken a whole bunch of CBD," and then they're like, I ate like 4 of those gummies. It's like that's 25 milligrams. That's approximately 100 milligrams. I'm like, eat the whole container. And they're like, and I'm like, well, and then that's usually where, if they're over the age of 40, I won't tell them to eat the whole thing because there's a lot of sugar in it. I'll go, well, if you ate the whole bag, that's a lot of sugar, so you should get these tinctures.
Yeah.
And then I'll explain to them, 1 drop is this. You could take this, blah, 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 and just keep taking more, man. If it didn't do anything for you, take more, take more, take more. See that 1,500 milligram? Take the whole bottle if you want, man. Tell me that doesn't affect you. Chug it down.
You want to see something work? We can make it work.
Yeah, we got that 6,000. Trust me, you know.
Yeah.
But people are funny, man. They'll be adamant about like that doesn't work.
Yeah, like
you had an experience that didn't work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that shit works very well.
Yeah. This stuff in particular, I've had a couple different CBD ones, but this one in particular is great. They kill it, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Angel Wings, killing it.
I know. I don't have it next to me. I'd throw it up, but I got this one. I got the True Blue, which is the
Yep.
It's all right. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't have to be as careful when I take it.
Right. True that. This
500
stuff's heavy. And what I noticed with this stuff, last time on the podcast, I put it right on my tongue, and man, it dried the fuck out of my tongue.
Yeah.
I like instantly was like,
I'm downing this. I can't stop drinking water.
But when I well, the thing is cannabinoids are antioxidants as well, so they're gonna make you feel like that cotton mouth, and they're gonna make you want to go through a lot of water, and it's really good. Yeah. But it's like it's something that's if I'm not mistaken, antioxidants work in a way kind of like salt does, where it's in a form of the opposite of like a diuretic. I don't know how you would say that. You know, it makes you like piss less. Yeah. So
you retain the water.
Yeah. Maybe. So you gotta drink a shit ton of that water.
Yeah. Which I do. I do like a gallon a day.
Hell yeah, man. It's the funny thing with people in the amounts too. They'll say the same thing with the THC. With the THC, like the gummy limit's 250 with the CBD, but it's 50 with the THC. And they're like, I'll eat a whole package of gummies and I ain't do nothing. I go, okay, man, that's 50 milligrams. That ain't much. I was like, see this tube of RSO, that says 800 milligrams. They're like, what?
Try that.
Yeah.
Stop playing softball or wiffle ball. Sorry, I shouldn't shit on softball.
Yeah. Because people will say, man, oh, edibles don't do shit. Edibles don't do shit. I'm like, man, I've taken 1,400 milligrams before, and they're like, what? Like, is that possible? I'm like, yep. Cost me about $60.
Yeah. Put down the Nerf cannon and pick up something that works.
So if you want to ball out, man, in Oregon, it's easy to ball out. You gotta not just go, well, I want an edible, because guess what? Edibles, they only sell at certain levels. A tincture isn't sold as an edible, but guess what? It's an edible form of concentrate. Right.
I think it's probably the best way to buy it, I would say. It's just easy. It's so easy.
So easy. RSO is like it's a whole plant extract, so it's essentially they use butane, CO2, or grain alcohol, and generally do a full plant extract where they take usually not the buds. They'll take the buds. They'll use those for maybe the best ones for actual smokable concentrate. And then they'll take everything else, including most of the really nice B buds that are almost the A buds, and they'll just run them through the concentrate. And if it's like a butane or a CO2, I don't know if they distill it or if they do something else, because RSO are like a FICO, full spectrum extract cannabis, whatever, I don't know, whatever it stands for.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's meant to be orally activated like a tincture. So with the grain alcohol, it just does it by nature. Maybe when they introduce those to the coconut oil, which I know also does it, maybe they're just relying on that. I'm not completely sure.
Yeah.
No. RSO doesn't have coconut oil. Never mind. But essentially, those are extremely cheap. You can get them from $20 to $40 from 400 to 900 milligrams of THC to CBD. So stupid cheap.
Yeah.
The CBD, I mean, the tinctures for CBD are definitely a lot cheaper, but the THC ones are more expensive. If you're looking to get like the same, you're going to be paying $50 to $70 in tincture form versus, $20 to $40. For CBD, it's it's actually cheaper to get the tinctures than it is to get the RSO for CBD.
Yeah. Right.
Because what they can do is they can grow it on larger scale, condense it down into like an isolate, and then introduce it into the coconut oil for the tinctures, and it's easier for them at that point to make it like painfully potent.
Right. So you're like, oh, just take a full whoop. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But I don't know if I told you this. Most tinctures for the THC are using a coconut oil based. A lot of them are alcohol based. We have one. We have a kombucha based one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kombucha using organic cane sugar. It's like a completely organic one. Really, really cool. But one of the most interesting ones I bought, and it was really weird to down and drink a whole container of this, because normally people are like, what the heck? You drank a 30 milliliter bottle of canola oil? But I was up in Portland, Oregon, and I was really not feeling good. When I'm not feeling good, what I do is I try to find a tincture or RSO. If I'm out in the wild, I'll just buy a tincture because I can just down it. If I'm close to home, I'll get an RSO because then I can encapsulate it. And then when I'm starting to feel sick, I just down like 1,000 milligrams of THC, and I feel like it helps my immune system blast through it, because it always helps me. Like I haven't gotten the flu really bad. I've gotten a couple sinus infections, but besides that, I mean, that's expected. My sinuses are shit. As I listened back to the last week's, and man, I'm so fucking nasally. I'm so goddamn like, it sounds like I just talk through my mouth 100%. Like there's no nasal passage air movement.
It's like I'm talking like this. It's crazy.
But yeah, it was canola oil. It had rosemary, basil, and thyme. Damn. And that's what really got it for me, because it was the tastiest fucking tincture I've ever had. And to drink a whole tincture, they're generally not too good. The coconut oil ones, just to down a whole bottle of coconut oil and weed, it's generally not too good. But to be honest, it's better than like the scissor drinks and stuff they make, because that has like glycerin and vegetable oil.
Sounds awful.
Oh my gosh, I've drinking 2 of these specific ones that are 1,000 milligrams, and I drank the 1,000 milligrams on 2 different occasions, and oh my gosh, for the first hour, my stomach is just twisting itself and just it feels like it's ripping itself apart on the inside. It is insane. But then you get really high. But oh my gosh, it is not worth it. It's not worth the hour of like stomach pains.
Nah, fuck
when you're
that.
using just a clean product with nothing else to it, you can eat a large amount of concentrate and not get stomach aches if you have sensitive stomach like me. But
Yeah.
man, all that glycerin that you're drinking, like, ugh, you shouldn't be drinking that shit.
No.
But the
that's
serving
disgusting.
size is like a tablespoon, so you know what I mean. If you're drinking a whole massive bottle, you know, like one of those fifth of alcohols. Exactly. It's like a fifth of alcohol, and you're supposed to drink like a fucking teaspoon, tablespoon worth, you know?
Oh, God. Yeah.
And it's like you're drinking a whole bottle of NyQuil. Super thick, chunky
it's gonna
shit.
work.
Ugh. Tears your stomach apart, man. It's the worst.
I think that, well, all right, so I think this, I'm going to have to cap it here. Because we're doing a baby shower. A drive-by baby shower.
When?
For,
we killing it?
in like an hour.
Okay, we killing it.
All right.
Late.
But I won't leave the chat, but
yeah.
I'll talk to you in a second.
Word.
All right. Peace.
Out.